How you going, guys? Just wanted to see if I can get a good video start up of the JRE pipe. I know some guys have created it before on the site, so I've got to give my bike a crank up. Obviously you guys know that internally my bike's got a lot of mods, so not apart from the graphics, it's got a lot of mods internally engine wise. So anyway, enough to talk about that. Just wanted to start it up and give you a look at the pipe. It's the JRE Shorty pipe, 30mm. I haven't got it baffled, it's all the way straight through. Some people have noted about too much pressure and they've had to put a slip-in baffle inside to give it a bit of back pressure, although if you do have a commander kit or an ECI adjuster or AGK like I've got, you will find that you'll be able to adjust all these settings to adjust your fuel flow, air compression, back pressure through your manifold, which will obviously affect performance and everything else. So I'm going to crank it up for you and you can hear it. Not sure how the phone's going to dictate the actual noise of the bike. Usually these phones, this is a Samsung S5, so they usually don't put out the bass that well, the depth of the exhaust. I'm actually thinking about putting changing it out. This is a bolt-on. It's a bit cold, so she's just adjusting. I'm actually thinking about cutting the pipe here, putting a adapter plate like that onto the flange with a sleeve adjuster on it, so I can just put a slip-on pipe on. You can go to Dan Moto and you can get I think it's an XG1 performance pipe. It's a twin pipe similar to the IXIL Hyperflows with the twin pipes that come up and over. They're a race pipe, sound really fucking gnarly. So nothing wrong with the JRE pipe, but I don't know. I'm always looking for ways to mod it, give it a bit more performance, looks, appeal, everything else. So yeah, I'll give it a bit of a rev so you can hear it. She's gonna pop a little bit because she's running a bit cold. She's gonna warm up a little bit. I've adjusted the ECU injector settings so she runs a little bit richer, mainly because she likes it a little bit when you open it up. Mine doesn't normally backfire, it only gives it a bit of a pop when she's cold and she's got a bit extra fuel there. Once she warms up, she leans out and I don't get any backfiring at all, so it's just a matter of just tuning it up. EJK controller, adjust all your fuel, that's your fuel cruise. Alright, there's your rev point, there's your top speed, fuel adjustment, air and fuel. You've got your shift point for your cruise, shift point for your mid, and shift point for your top end. There are your fuel settings to regulate between your gear changes. I can adjust that, bump the fuel level up for cruise, so I can bump it down. So if I want it a little bit leaner, I can bump that down a little bit. Go to 3, 4, 3.5 by 0.5 increments. And there's my top end fuel speed, which I've got leaned out a little bit, obviously. So yeah, I've just ordered some risers, so I'm going to bring the bars up a little bit. So 1-inch risers, they're still going to come from there, and they're going to raise up slightly and come across. So I won't need to change any cables, brake lines or anything, but it's going to enable a little bit more of a higher reach, a little bit more comfortable for the longer rides. It's only 1 inch, but it's going to bring your hand up a little bit more, which is going to take, leading off for a shorter bloke like myself. I'm only 5'10", so yeah, more better reach and control over the tank. Obviously that's my custom tank, custom high song. You can see the mount there for my GoPro. I usually mount that off there. Yeah, so skids and stuff. update my mirrors and probably put some carbon fibre LED flush lights on. They're on order. Should be nice and warm now. Yep. Does come with a baffle, but I decided not to put it in there just so I find it decreases the back pressure a little bit, and I prefer it when it breathes. Puffs more on revving than what on idle than what it does when you're riding the bike, because when you rev it, you're not allowing it to flush the fuel system straight out, unburn out fuel out of the manifold. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my GTR. Everything from injectors to valves to fucking plugs, leads, induction, exhaust, manifold wrap, ECU, EAGK, fuel commander controller, forks, increased adjustment suspension done. So yeah, all that's left for me to do now is just going to put some braided lines on and me bar raisers, and I'm pretty happy with it actually. And a few little aftermarket pipes. Eventually I wouldn't mind getting a tinted visor. I had the spray shit on there, but I didn't like the look of it. It looked pretty crappy. So as soon as the PU tinted aftermarket visors come out, or carbon ones, I'll be getting one of them as well. A few fucking bugs on me. So yeah, anyway.